The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests.
What is going on, my Go Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 347. Today's date for the record is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Happy Every Second Matters. We are streaming live on YouTube, as always, to over 150 countries worldwide and streaming over on X to about 3 people. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you're watching this in replay or listening to it in podcast, go ahead and utilize that comment section. Let us know how ugly we are, how bad the show is, all that good stuff. We love hearing criticism. If you are listening to podcast, we ask you to rate, review, and share. It does help the algorithms over there on all the podcast platforms. If you want to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends over at Wilder Tactical. That number is 530-364-4678. And go check out our friends over at wildertactical.com if you're into war belts, duty belts, competition belts, whatever you want to call them. They've got med gear. They've got all sorts of accessories. If you're a gear junkie like I am, you're going to love it. They are veteran owned. They're great people, good friends. And go check out wildertactical.com. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that darkness, you're in the hole, you're looking for that light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I might be able to talk you through some stuff. More importantly, I could be a pretty good ear to listen. If you are looking to get towards some medical attention, remember 2 things. 1, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing to help you in any way possible. And 2, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans, press the number 1. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we are proud members of the Self-Defense Radio Network and the Firearms Radio Network. So go check out all of your favorite pro-gun, pro-tweed podcasts over at selfdefenseradio.net and firearmsradio.net. Let's get this off of my ugly mug and say hello to the merry band of morons for tonight. Before we get going, I do want to send out, say thank you for all the love to everyone that has called, text, emailed the last few days. It's been a pretty brutal last few days for me, but thank you. It does mean a ton that you guys reached out, and I appreciate that. So thank you to everyone that did that. It means a great deal to me. Let's move on and try to make this a fun show and all of that. From Anderson Manufacturing, we have the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Kyle? How are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Trey, man? Thanks for having me on, brother.
Absolutely, bro. What's going on, Anderson, right now? Oh, just stop. Just see, if you guys can't sync it up, then just don't, you know?
Oh my God, I can't get off screen here.
That's what she said. What's going on at Anderson? Everything good? Y'all staying busy this summer?
Oh yeah, we
did I see a sneak peek for a little Independence Day thing?
You did. Getting ready to flip the button on that bad boy tomorrow.
Okay.
We just got our show booth put back up. Getting ready for goals here, getting some weights, getting some dimensions, asking John little questions whenever I can just to hear his sweet voice. But yeah.
Unfortunately, he never has any answers, so, you know.
Well, you're 100% correct on that.
Yes.
So. He told me to just do whatever I want. And I'm going to take it for what it's worth here.
You know what? Sometimes that's just the best advice. Just let me do what I want to do. Oh, Lord. Speaking of which, standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a Ginger, my Lord, and a flatbed Ford. From the Gunners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews, we have John, the Ginger Soulless Bastard. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Tuesday. Special people.
Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It is every second matters, the second of every month. So I'm going to give you, we've had another big week since last Tuesday and some two-way news. If you want to talk a little bit about that from the GOA side.
We did. We had some big wins, but John was so focused on GunCon and his brain is so fried from the weekend that he can't even remember some of them. So it's just been crazy. I had like 15 vendors in 3 days to goals, and my brain has just gone to mush. So I know
Jacob wants to know if anybody having tacos tonight. I usually do Taco Wednesdays. I know it's weird. I don't know why I don't do it on Tuesday, but I have tacos on Wednesday. Go figure.
But we did have some big wins. I do know. I just can't remember them off the top of my head. But we did. We do have. Sorry, it was a long weekend, and one of our team members, Alex Brodsky. If you guys know Alex, he used to work at Matador and P80. He works for us. He got stuck in Iowa, so I had to deal with that Sunday and Monday, making sure that he got back safe, and then a bunch of other things just piled on top. So my brain went to mush the last couple of days. But I do have this to say. I want to thank our friends over at EOTech. EOTech is making this awesome new patch.
Hold on. I want to do this real quick. I'm going to put you full screen. There you go.
So EOTech is doing this awesome patch, Protect the Second. And they're also doing the right to keep and bear arms. So every time somebody buys these patches or anything off of that page that Ghost just posted in the chat, a portion of those sales go to GOA. So they're supporting the fight. We really want to thank our friends at EOTech. It's 25% of all the sales. Now it is split between GOA and Second Amendment Foundation. But I want to thank the people over at EOTech. They've got really cool copper pint glasses, hats, shirts, these patches, and a bunch of other cool things. So
plus some of the best optics in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I love EOTech, but cool. Now, are you able to buy optics in a portion of that goes?
Yes.
Also, or is it just branded material?
No, they have two optics that's part of that branded. It's all on that page. Anything that's branded, the Second Amendment edition. So they've got the EXPS3 and the XPS2 Second Amendment editions that are up for sale. That 25% of that goes to GOA and SAF.
Awesome. Love it. Good job, EOTech, by the way. I've always loved that company, but like them even more now. So that's really, really good.
Sat down with John Bailey, a great guy over at EOTech, for talking about this. And then he was like, hey, do you want to talk to the owners? So we talked to the owners a little bit, and they're like, we want to get more into the fight. So here they are, getting into the fight. So really happy that EOTech is doing this. They sold out of hats within the first 5 minutes, and then they're back up now. So, things have been doing well. So I want to thank EOTech for supporting GOA with those donations.
Heck yeah. That's pretty cool. From the weirdest state in the union, the only union that has 4 letters and takes 2 people to spell it out. From the 740, it is the famous or infamous Chris from the 740. What's up, homie?
Not much, man. I'm glad to be home and glad to be back here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, well, I know that you and Ginger and Clover went to GunCon, and what was your experience there? Did you enjoy it?
I did very much. It was just a smooth running show. I mean, the range day, like we talked about in the back chat, was a little bit of a mess, but that was just due to weather.
Mother Nature's going to win every time.
Can't do nothing with that. But yeah, the show was a lot of fun. Pretty easy to do interviews. navigate around. I don't know what their total attendance was. I know it was sold out, but to me, it didn't seem like there was that many people in there. So
750 general public.
Okay.
I think he said something like 1,000 people total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be about right. Yeah.
That's including like vendors and all that.
Vendor staff. Yeah.
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 That's
They
a
maxed
good turnout.
capacity. I can tell you that. They maxed capacity for the venue.
Oh, I'd imagine it was the back of Brownell's warehouse, wasn't it? So it couldn't. I mean, I know it's a massive building, but it couldn't have been that big to hold that many people.
Yeah.
Well, that non-sexy voice that you guys hear from the great state of Texas, the gatekeeper of all things Texas pride and other pride, if you like, from the great state of Texas, the tactical leprechaun himself. What's up, Clove?
Like lion pride or something.
Whatever you want to do, bro. Hey, don't ask, don't tell, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say. It's been going on for what, 30 some odd years in the military. Seems to be working.
Yeah.
But Chris, you'll find out about that. You'll hear stories from Christian.
I'm sure
those rug burns will come in handy eventually.
that was
I had to say it. Sorry.
it was pretty fun this weekend hanging
Yeah.
with seeing with Christian. Oh my God, he's so much like his dad. Like,
Yeah. So I guess that's going to be his last show, isn't it? Probably to go to before he goes to off to boot camp.
No, he'll be able to go to goals with us. So
Oh, he will. Okay.
yeah, he won't. He's got 12 days. He leaves on the 29th, and the goal starts on the 17th, right? So I think we're
Oh,
in good
okay.
shape.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
nice.
And that's up. Is that in Michigan? Is that right? Michigan? Is that where Navy goes to boot camp?
No,
Up
it'd
in the
be
Great
on the
Lakes
west.
there?
Yeah, but it'd be on the. It's like right in between Chicago and Milwaukee.
Oh,
I'm
is
not
it?
sure
Okay.
if
Well, I knew it was on the Great Lakes. I just assumed it was in
Yeah.
Michigan, but I knew it's the Great Lakes somewhere up there. Okay. Well, that's not bad. Not too far from you. Not terribly far. Yeah. Ginger, what was the coolest thing you saw at GunCon?
The coolest thing, I got to shoot a 40 mic.
Oh, what?
A 40 mic.
The hell's a 40 mic?
A 40 millimeter grenade launcher.
Oh, okay. We didn't call them mics. Did you call them mics, Kyle?
Sure did.
Oh, we didn't call them that shit. I never heard of mic before, so I didn't know what the hell you're talking about. Was it the attachment? Like the attachment?
Yeah, it was like
the 203?
Yeah, it was like a 203 with
Oh, okay. So we just call it 203. We didn't call it a 40 mic. That's some new age shit there.
It's just
Listen, I had
a cool way of saying
was
millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. We were too dumb. Like, bro, like you guys are all educated Marines these days, Kyle. We were just stupid fucks. They just said we can't make it too difficult. So
You watch your language when you're talking about us, Ghost.
yeah, you fucking pussies.
Educated's a bad word, dude.
That's fair. So you shot a 203, basically.
Yeah, I shot 203. I got the last round of the day, and I was gonna take
Was it dummy rounds? I'm assuming it's dummy rounds, or were they live rounds?
chalk rounds. Yeah, chalk.
Oh, chalk rounds. Oh, okay, so you got to see a little bit of an explosion then.
Yeah, they was so wet it didn't even explode.
Oh,
It
yeah, I
hit
didn't
the
think about the
ground and
wetness.
sank in. Yeah,
That sucks.
but that was
They're
a
pretty
cool.
cool.
I mean,
Not gonna lie, they're pretty cool.
I also did get to shoot a foul for the first time, which was pretty.
Oh,
cool.
did you really?
Yes.
Oh, don't you know? There's a lot of people that kick your ass for saying foul. You got to say FAL, bro. Like there are people that will string you up. I'll call it FAL.
I was trying to come in with it. I was trying. I tell you what, it's much cooler if you just say the right arm of the free world, bro.
Okay, well that's fair too. People wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now you know, Ginger, why I prefer the FAL over the AR-10.
Oh, I can see why. The other cool thing we got to shoot was the stuff from Bull Armory. Bull Armory makes some really dope 2011s. Those were
Hey,
really
you
good.
weren't one of the ones that actually hit the 500-yard target with the FAL, were you?
No, I couldn't get the Saints to-
500
I couldn't
Yeah,
either.
they-
The hold
with an
was,
FAL.
the hold was insane. Like the wind.
Yeah.
Plus, you got to realize with the rain and everything, the wind we had, the hold was insane. I never could.
I did, honest to God, I didn't know that you could get up to 500 yards with one, like effectively.
Oh, I mean,
you know?
it's 308, so absolutely you can.
But effectively,
your open sight. That's the thing.
and it's
I was
also
more-
pretty shorter, a lot shorter barrel than you're going to using. You know, we probably about a 16-inch barrel.
Oh hell no, that's a 24.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
22 maybe on that one.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't suspect them going up to 500. I guess I don't know.
There was a few people that hit it. I wasn't sure if Ginger was one of them.
No
They got
optic,
lucky.
though,
They got
right?
they got lucky.
open. You
Yeah, it
said
was
open, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was open. Right.
Well, I attempted to hit it, but after the safety brief where they told us don't accidentally put a round over the berm because it goes into a nature preserve, I
right.
was kind of very hesitant to.
Yeah, the hold was
into
high. Yeah, the hold was super high. Yeah.
And then we also
go ahead.
bull armory.
I said
stuff
what's
was
the
cool.
coolest, not the 17 coolest thing. I said
All
the
right,
coolest.
my bad. Okay, they were all cool except for we also got to shoot the Hudson. The
Such
new
a
Hudson.
millennial. Everything's cool to millennials.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Chris, what about you? What's the coolest thing you saw? You either shot or saw whatever at GunCon?
Coolest thing I shot. Clover's got to help me again. What was the full auto Ruger I shot?
Well, I don't remember.
Oh,
He shot the AC-556, the full auto
that
A-team gun.
Yeah, that was
That's pretty cool.
pretty badass. Coolest thing I thought at the show was the stuffing things has got the Bison kit for the AKV9s, and that was pretty badass. Yeah.
Have you ever shot an AK-9 before?
Have I? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They're pretty cool. Did I see Clover bring you in? But did I see Arminthia shooting an AK on something? Maybe a short or something. Was that her first experience with an AK?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as I know.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little. She was a little too timid with it. And the AK is not made for the timid.
No, it's not. No,
grip it,
no.
rip it, beat it around.
You got to go with it. You know,
slap
you got to go.
Slap the bolt, slap the safety, beat it around. It likes to be.
Yeah,
it likes it rough.
It likes to be banged up. Yeah, it likes to be banged.
Yeah.
It likes to be slapped around.
You asked. That was the first event. Primary Arms. I had decided that I was gonna. I'd let her, film horizontal with me in the for the normal videos, and then when she shot, I would film vertical and use that for shorts.
Sure. Yeah.
So Primary Arms was a fail for us anyway back in RAM. So this was the first
because you pushed out and left
time with that. Yeah, this is true. This is why I did not leave this time. I was committed.
Right.
I'm like, we're staying, we're not leaving, and I'm glad we didn't because the second half of the day was absolutely phenomenal. Not that it wasn't,
Awesome.
it was other than rain. Not that it wasn't terrible before, but no, the favorite stuff actually. There's a story behind that with her. So one of my favorites, probably the favorite, and I got a close runner up, but probably my favorite was the Century AK-556. There's the it'll be the BFT 556 when it comes out. Man, pretty awesome. So I got to shoot that, and then she got out there to shoot it, and just with running that steel case ammo and everything else, and her not being quite rough with it, it kind of had some issues, and I had to move her into that BFT 47. But yeah, that 556 AK was pretty rock.
I haven't shot the Century one, but I've shot a couple different 556 AKs. They're just awesome.
This was actually the two guys that were there with Century. This was their first time to actually shoot it. So
really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it hasn't seen a lot of action yet. It's still a couple months probably before it releases.
I like a 556 AK much more than I like a X39 AR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would agree. Very light recoil, just easy to stay on target, just really, really cool. And then I kicked myself, but I did not get over to do anything with Matador Arms. You were at TriggerCon last year. You were doing something with Matador Arms, and I was in like the bay next door with some company doing something. It was probably SDS with the shotguns. But
You talking to me?
yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if
You're talking to
John was
me?
shaking it.
You're talking
No,
to me?
John was shaking his head. I didn't know if you were talking
Oh.
to John or not. But yeah, no. Yeah.
So I got a chance to drop by and play around with that
Oh,
that Mat 9. Oh
yeah,
man.
buddy. That's pretty
Uh,
badass, isn't it?
close second because it was yeah, it was definitely nice. And then at the show, it was interesting. I was walking around and Sean Heron from We Like Shooting was standing in front of a booth, and I walk over and he made the introduction to the guys in the booth, Kinetic Development Group, KDG, and he's like, "Yeah, you ever heard of them?" And I'm like, "No." And holy crap! At some of the like quick detach mounts that they've got that I didn't even know such things existed that were absolutely freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Pick mounts, M-lock mounts, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Who
So
is
as
it
far
again?
as Kinetic Development Group, and so yeah, that's going to be probably the coolest thing at the show that I've seen because me, if it's something I've never seen before, then I'm always excited about that, and that literally was something I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I'm looking at their website right now. I like little crap like that, so I have to go look at it later.
Yeah, basically little spring loaded, you've got your cantilever mounts for scopes and things like that where you flip the lever. These aren't like that. They're push button spring loaded to lock onto picks or M-lock or whatever, and they're cool.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like it was a good weekend. Hope you guys all had fun and all of that.
Yeah.
You guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday over in our YouTube community tab, we have the pony polls. Let's go over and check these out. We got a couple sports ones going on here. The first one came out yesterday. We talked last week. Who is the greatest living hitter? Put a poll out yesterday that says, who is the greatest living pitcher? So I give you 4 options: Roger Clemens, Sandy Koufax, Greg Maddux, or Nolan Ryan. Kyle, I'll let you start this one out. The greatest living pitcher. Or you can go with someone else if you don't like those 4 choices.
I'm just going to say Nolan Ryan because I watched a documentary on him and he liked the
Facing Nolan?
Yeah.
That's a great documentary. When I first watched that, I called Clover and said, "You got to watch this shit. It's great."
I love his fight, man. Like that
is the hell out of Robin Ventura. Yep.
Truly passionate about his art. So
absolutely. Yeah. Ed out there says, I keep waiting for John to blow a bubble. Yeah, he is chewing that gum pretty hard. Ginger, who's the greatest living pitcher?
From the list, Nolan Ryan. I also wanted to add Big Sexy and Bartolo Colon, but he's not as good as Nolan. And the other one that came to mind was Pedro Martinez and the Sandman himself, the closer. I saw these were all starters, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could have put Rivera out there. A lot of people in the comments were saying Randy Johnson, and I like Randy Johnson. I just don't think he's got anything on these 4 guys.
This is what I'll say about Randy Johnson. He was not great until he got to Phoenix.
He had slow years. That's the first half of his
career. He was with the Expos, bro. How are you going to win when you're playing for Montreal? Let's just be honest.
Was he with I thought he was with the Marlins. Or not the Marlins,
when he first came up, he was drafted and brought up by the Expos. And no one wins in Montreal. Let's just be honest. Even Pedro Martinez was with the Expos, and he couldn't win until he got away from Montreal. So even
once going to the Mariners,
it took a little while.
He had a lot of offense, so he didn't have to necessarily, thankfully with Junior and Martinez.
Yeah, Jay Buhner and
Yeah. So the first I'd say half of
A-Rod was there coming up.
So the big unit's career was fairly slow. Definitely not Hall of Fame quality. but he turned it up later on, which was
he was dominant. He
Oh,
was
and
as
he had-
dominant in a 5-year, 6-year span. He was as dominant as anybody. But I just
you want to talk about Wild Thing almost early in his career. He had major control issues.
Well, that's one of the funniest things is, and I can't remember what year it was, but one of the All-Star games, John Kruk led off the All-Star games, and he was facing Randy Johnson, and Kruk went up there and put his helmet on backwards just as a joke, and Randy Johnson threw it 98 over his head as a joke. It wasn't even close. It was 20 feet above his head. But that was a joke that Kruk was like, we played together, and this guy's an all-star, just joking, because when they played together in AA, AAA ball back in the day, Randy Johnson was kind of like Lelouch from Bull Durham, all the talent in the world, but could not throw a strike. He was going to hit the bull, if anything, So, it was pretty funny. Clover, what about you? I think 99.9999% I know where you're going, but I have to.
I would have to turn in my Texas card if I didn't say
yes,
no.
You would. Right. Well, Clemens is from Texas, so.
Well, it's true, but Ride Express. Longevity of career. We've talked about it before. Records that absolutely will not be broken ever again.
Yeah.
So
8 no-hitters over 5,000 strikeouts. It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Nope. The game is just too different now.
It is. Chris, greatest living pitcher.
I know nothing about baseball, but I did like the Nolan Ryan documentary.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going with that.
I think the best part of that documentary is they were asking like George Brett and Pete Rose and Roger Clemens and all these guys, how many Cy Youngs did Nolan Ryan? They're all like, he's ahead of like 2 or 3 or 4, and they're like, I was like, oh, he's got to have won like 2 or 3 of them at least, And they're like, he never won one, and they're like, what? Yeah. Like they didn't even realize he had never won a Cy Young. And he got screwed several times. But
there's a lot of people that because of that, a lot of people that will tell you that Cy Youngs are absolutely worthless.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely
like it's a popularity contest. It's kind of like the Hall.
What Clemens won like 7 of them, I think.
Yeah.
I think Clemens won 7 of them, but it's crazy. I put all 4 of these on there because all 4 of them are in their own ways the greatest of what they did. Nolan was pure power. Roger
was nasty.
Yeah, Maddox was the best probably pitcher.
God, that dude
pitcher ever to live.
Like he could throw some stuff that it would boggle your mind if you run it back in super slow-mo. It's like, how in the world is that ball moving like that? Like
Maddox was probably the best pitcher because he couldn't overpower. He wasn't a thrower. He was a pitcher. And Clemens came in and changed the game because of his power, but he was also the first one to start bringing back like the split finger fastball or the fork ball or whatever. And as he got older, had to figure out a way to make the ball move more than just overpowering people. And he won 7 Cy Youngs, and Clemens was great. Sandy Koufax was a power pitcher. Him and Gibson back in the 60s were power pitchers when power pitchers weren't a thing. So Koufax was amazing. I obviously didn't get to see him. But 63% agree and say Nolan Ryan. 63%. 14% say Greg Maddux. 13% say Koufax. And 11% say Clemens. And I have to wonder. I have to wonder if the steroid thing is the reason why Clemens didn't get as many votes. I think it probably had to have had something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I look at it this way. The guy won 7 Cy Youngs in the steroid era, which means he was getting all those steroid hitters out. So that has to mean something, right?
Yeah.
So what it is. What's up, Kyle?
Fire with fire.
I mean, it is what it is, right? Dude was a stud. All right, our next poll, 1.7 thousand votes. We're talking basketball now. I know sports ball is kind of taking over the first 2, but this is a fun one. Down by 1, 2 seconds left. Who's taking the last shot? Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, or Michael Jordan? Down by 1, 2 seconds. Who's taking the shot? Once Ginger quits choking, we'll start with him.
Larry Bird.
He might not know anyone except for LeBron. You know,
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
I'm gonna go with Kobe. He just had that Mamba mentality. I mean,
Okay.
LeBron was good in clutch, and I never got to
LeBron's
see
good in clutch. What are you watching? What games are you watching?
When I watched when he was in Cleveland, he was good in clutch.
Yes, some weird Kool-Aid he's drinking there or something.
But I would say Kobe. I never got to watch Michael except for when he was like towards the end of his career, and I never got to see Larry Bird play. So
I get it. I get it. I'm not upset with Kobe. I'm really upset that you said that LeBron was clutch. LeBron's one of the biggest choke artists I've ever seen, but that's just me. Clover, Bird, Bryant, Kobe, LeBron, or MJ?
Well, the correct answer is obvious, and the facts will bear it out, that it's Larry Legend, without a doubt. Larry has had more clutch come-throughs in his career than anybody will ever.
And on top of that,
have.
he would tell you before the play, I'm going to go right over there and hit a 3 on you.
Not just clutch. He would tell you exactly what he
tell the other team, I'm going right over there, and I'm going to shoot a 3 and make it.
I'm putting it down. You're not going to stop me. So, and every single time, swoosh. So, yeah, I mean, Jordan's the GOAT. Kobe was great. LeBron, not the biggest fan, but I'll admit the skills. But in that particular situation, there is no doubt it's Larry Legend, man.
Yeah.
Larry, obviously, you're talking about in their prime, right?
Yeah, all in the prime. Yeah, I'm not saying like now.
Yeah, right. Right.
Because obviously Kobe wouldn't be getting the ball. I hate to say that, rest in peace, but Kobe ain't getting the ball right now. Yeah. Christopher, who's shooting the last shot? Bird, Kobe, LeBron, or MJ? Down by 1 with 2 seconds left.
I'm going to take Bird.
Solid. There's only one wrong answer. There's really only one wrong answer in this.
Well, I think there are good enough defensive players, right? That has to, and through any of those eras, right? There's good enough defensive players in those eras that if you put that defensive player on any of those that you listed, the only one, because he would literally tell the person what he was fixing to do, the only one that could overcome those solid defensive players is Larry.
I think that I think Larry or MJ.
He's been shut down though before.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they've all been shut down.
Well, this is true. Yeah.
I'll put it this way: if you were to put, let's say, Scottie Pippen, who is widely considered the best all-around defender in the NBA for 10 years, right? His length, his speed, his quickness, his defensive ability. I think, or let's say Rodman in his prime, because Rodman could guard 1 through 5. You put Rodman in and guard all 4 of these fools, there's only 2 of them that probably have a chance, and that's MJ and Bird.
Well, but Bird has proven it over and over against those 2 players you just mentioned.
No, I get it. I get it.
LeBron would have Rodman fouled out in 5 seconds.
Who is the 4 guys on the list? I had to take that call, so I missed.
Oh, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan.
LeBron James wouldn't have lasted a year in the NBA in the 80s and 90s.
Boom. He might have. Okay, so Kyle, if you said that LeBron would have had Rodman fouled out in 5 minutes, are we talking by today's rules or 80s and 90s rules?
By LeBron's era.
Okay, I'll give you that I will give you that if you would concede that LeBron wouldn't be half of what he was if he played in the 80s or 90s.
Oh yeah, no, I don't honestly think LeBron should be in the GOAT conversation.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah.
I think it's cool he's playing with his son this year. I think that'll be neat to watch. But
see, I think that's complete bullshit. And here's why. I think it's a cool thing he's playing with his son. I think how it happened is complete bullshit. This is a kid that didn't even start for a USC team that was bad. He averaged less than 5 points a game. And the only reason why he got drafted is because LeBron said, whoever drafts my son, I want to play with him. So there's a lot of teams who are like, hey, we'll draft him. And then LeBron tells Bronny that he should only try out and work out for 2 teams. That's the Lakers and the Suns, because those are the only 2 teams that LeBron wants to play for. I just think it was Bronny would not have been drafted, period. End of sentence. He's not good enough. He'll be out of the league in 3 years. Guaranteed. Guaranteed he'll be out of the league. The only reason why he's in the league is because of LeBron. You know what, LeBron? If he's that good, then let him stand on his own merits and see if he gets drafted. If you get to play with him, great. You're a free agent. But what should have happened is he should have gone undrafted. Someone could have picked him up as a non-drafted free agent, but he made LA waste a pick. I think that's bullshit. That's just me. But I very strongly dislike LeBron. That just kind of like sealed the deal for me.
Well, I do too. But I think there's a slight X factor there for LA. Father and son's gonna have some chemistry, dude. That's
I understand it, but here's the thing, bro. This is just me. If Bronny sees the floor, it'll be a miracle. If they put him on the floor during like an actual game that means something, and they're trying to win a game, they're not. Like, the kid's not good. He's not ready for the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
Oh, he's not good. He was the 8th person on a roster for a USC team that fired their head coach, if that gives you any idea.
It's a butts in the seat, and
it's it's a thank you to LeBron for doing what you do. I get it. By
the way, Larry Legend's my answer. By the way,
there you go. For me, it's either MJ or Larry. I don't like.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to choose. But if I had to go one way or the other, I would say Bird, because up until like the last few years, the last three-peat, Jordan really didn't have the 3-point shot in his repertoire. So he was going to have to dribble in, try to create a shot inside the 3-point line. And with 2 seconds, there's not a whole lot of time. Larry could hit from anywhere on the floor.
Yeah. And even full court. Like,
I mean, he was unbelielievable.
I'm convinced he could drop kick it. Probably.
He probably could. Now, there's why he's Larry Legend. No, Larry is legend. 1.7 thousand votes. MJ with 53% wins it. Bird at 29%. And then it drops down to 15% for Kobe. And I'm surprised he got this many, but LeBron got 2% of the vote. I'm shocked.
Wow.
Shocked, I tell you. But there's a lot of kids, and this is not a joke. I mean, it's not meant to be harmful. There's a lot of people like Ginger that never got to see Larry or MJ or even really prime Kobe. Kobe at the end was still good, but like early 2000s, late 90s when he was with Shaq, I mean, that was a different Kobe.
I think that what you're talking about also influences the Jordan votes, because who doesn't know Jordan?
Everyone knows Jordan.
He's the GOAT. And because he's the GOAT, everybody just automatically.
And this generation may not be really aware of Larry Bird.
I acknowledge Jordan's the GOAT. At the same time, I say that specific situation.
Jordan is probably Bird.
Jordan's not getting the ball. Not on my team.
I put LeBron on there to see how it went. And
it went like
I could have put 10 other guys. I could have put Karl Malone, John Stockton. I could have put Magic. I could have put Reggie Miller. I could have put a lot of people on that fourth one, but I wanted to see if I put LeBron's name. It was kind of a social experiment. I wanted to see what happened with LeBron on
Miller.
there.
I'm glad you brought up Miller. Miller has had a lot of clutch back in the day too.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He
scored 9 points in 11 seconds. So,
I've seen him literally be down by 2. Miller steals the ball as they're throwing it in, right? Runs out to the 3-point line, turns around with like 0.3 seconds left and kicks it up, and it goes in.
Yep. That was when they were down by 7 with 13 seconds to the Knicks, and he scored 9 points in like 11 seconds.
Yeah.
It's insane, and won the game in New York. And he walked by Spike Lee and told him to sit the fuck down. That's the best thing. He goes, sit the fuck down.
Yeah,
I loved it. Reggie Miller. So the two greatest trash talkers ever, apparently, were Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. That's very much historically documented. But I think quietly Reggie Miller might have been on that list too. He could talk some. He could talk some smack.
Yeah, Miller could. Yeah, but he could back it up too.
He could. All of them could. I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, when you
Most
play in
guys-
an era of Larry Bird and Michael Jordan, right?
Magic and all those guys. Yeah.
So many greats. Literally the era that saved the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, when you play in that era with so many Hall of Fame, so many greats, it's real easy for certain players like Miller to get overshadowed. But make no mistake, he was awesome.
You know, he's one of those guys that was a top 50, all time, listed by the NBA, but he's also one of those guys that kind of gets, because he never won a championship. Well, there's a lot of guys. Patrick Ewing didn't win. Charles Barkley didn't win one. Malone and Stockton. There's a lot of guys that didn't win a championship during the 80s and 90s. Why? Because only like 5 teams won championships. You had Philadelphia, the Lakers, the Celtics, Houston, and the Bulls. In 20 years.
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit.
Okay, 6 teams. 6 teams in 20 years won a championship. That's it.
Before the 80s, it was pretty much all the Celtics.
It was the Celtics and Lakers,
I love that Detroit team, by the way.
Oh, the Bad Boys, they were awesome. I was a big Isaiah fan. Not later on in life, when I realized that he was a complete asshole. But when he was a player, I loved his attitude because he was a small dude that didn't give a shit. Like he'd fight you, man. He was from Chicago and he was going to fight. And I loved how they played back then. Even like the 90s Knicks, when Pat Riley went to the 90s Knicks, he kind of took that same persona on with Oakley and all those guys to play kind of that rough, like, no one wanted to play him because they knew that we might get hurt. They weren't worried about losing. They were worried about getting hurt against those guys, And that's a big psychological thing, man. Like if you feel like you're going to get hurt, you're done before the game even starts,
Mm-hmm.
So the Bad Boys were they were really, really good. All right, our last one. Kind of piggybacking off of last week's show. We kind of brought this up somehow in the discussion last week. So I put a poll out. Do you like 45-degree optics on your rifle? Yes or no? Pretty simple. Clover, 45-degree dots. You weren't here last week, but we were talking about rifle setups with like LPVOs and putting like a little RMR 45 dot on there. Do you like that for the 1X in that scenario?
Typically, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It adds bulk to the side, which is I don't care for that.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I've got a couple, but for the very most part, I don't. I don't. I only have them on 2 that I run LPVOs that don't have the quick flip knob to get it back to 1X. Like I said, I don't particularly like them, but it is what it is. Chris, what about you? 45-degree optics on your rifle?
I don't have a problem with them, but it's just not something I think I would ever use.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad. I mean, it's whatever you like, guys. But for me, it's I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Kyle, 45-degree optic, yay or nay?
No, at the moment.
At the moment, he says. Okay, he's playing with some stuff. It looks like, huh?
Yeah, I definitely see the utility in it, right?
Oh, 100%.
But at this time, no.
Absolutely. Ginger, yay, nay, 45-degree.
Nay.
Nay. Are you a hard nay or an nay? Okay.
It doesn't excite me. It doesn't. But there's a possibility at one point I might.
You see, yeah, I think you're like all of us. I think we see the benefit in specific scenarios. But I'm not that guy. 60-40, 60% say no, 40% say yes. So those are the pony polls. The pony polls. Go check out our friends over at Anderson, and make sure you go follow them over on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube's and X. And if you're on their website, you want to buy something, I think all of us here have a code. You can either use code GHOST, or is it FLR? What is yours, Ginger? FLR. Clover, what's yours?
Clover Tack.
Clover Tack. And then Chris is Chris from the 740, all one word. We do not make a penny off of these. Well, maybe Clover does. He's big deal. He's big time. But we do not make a penny off of these. These are something that Kyle has done to save you money. So utilize those codes. They're there for a reason. They're going to save you a little bit of money. And be looking out tomorrow. Tomorrow they'll be launching. It's pretty awesome. Their Independence Day kind of special going on over at Anderson. Go check them out on X and Instagram, and I'm sure on Facebook and everything else. It's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know. So Scott says he used 45-degree irons. I don't know if I've ever seen 45 angled irons. Have you guys seen that before? I don't think if I have, I never noticed it, but
that's kind of the setup.
That's interesting. I think I'd probably maybe like that more than an optic, just having the irons at 45 degree. I guess if you've got like an M-lock handguard, it has, you can kind of put those any place you want as far as the front sight. I guess I've never, if I haven't really paid attention. I've never really noticed the irons on 45. That's interesting.
I'm working on a project right now where I'm welding a carry handle to the side of my upper. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
How the hell is that going to work?
That would be sick, though, with a 45 canted front sight base on my fucking barrel.
And if you take the A2 front post and move it to 45,
yeah,
that would be weird.
Kyle's over here like, yeah, my gun's not gassing properly. I can't figure out why.
No shit.
45.
Because the A2's at a 45. Yeah.
It's got a kink in it. It's got a kink.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'll get one of those piggy tail gas tubes.
There you go. There you go. All right. Oh, that's right. Kinetic Development Group. So I got this website on my page to remind me after the show, and I'm just like, what the hell is this website tab? All right. So Thursday is Independence Day, and today is Every Second Matters. So happy Every Second Matters. But since it's Independence Day, I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to talk about. We haven't done one of these in a long time. As a matter of fact, I need to get my pad of paper real quick. We're going to do a draft.
What?
Hold on. All right.
Rocking out over there.
Sorry. I wasn't prepared, I guess. We're going to pad of paper. We're going to do a draft since we haven't done a draft in a while, but we're going to do a draft of the best American guns. I'm going to caveat this because there's a lot of guns. I'm talking about American companies. Like, we're not going to pick like Glocks and SIGs and all that, because even though they might be made in America now, it's not an American company. The only one that we're going to be allowed to use, only ones that we're going to be allowed to use, are any of like Browning's designs that were like FNs or whatever, because they were Browning designs that were finished and sold by, let's say, FN, if you will. But that's obviously John Moses Browning is as American as it gets, right? So we're going to be able to utilize his. As I know that someone's going to want to do a 1911 or a high power or whatever. And those are going to work, because just because FN did the high power doesn't mean that you can't use it, because it's a Browning design. But I don't want to sit there and say, well, the SIG P320, well, it's made in America now. Well, it's not an American gun. Let's just be honest. It's a German gun or whatever. So we're going to do it that way. So I want to do maybe 4 or 5 guns a piece.
So then it'd be American designer, not American company.
American designer, or American designer / company. I mean, like American originated company, but yeah, American designed. Yeah. Like I said, obviously Glock 17 Gen 5, great, but that's not an American. It's not necessarily an American gun. So you guys know what I mean when I say American guns, what brands we're talking about, what designers we're talking about, and all that. So, well, let's just start with Kyle. We'll let you have the first overall pick. So let's go Kyle. And then we'll go Ginger, Clover, Chris, and myself, and then we'll go backwards. Chris and Trey. All right, Kyle, you get first overall pick. What's the best American gun? And once it's off the board, fellas, it's off the board.
If you guys don't know me by now, you guys should already know what I'm going to say.
AR-15,
M250 caliber machine gun. Take me off the board. M250.
He's going to go with the Ma Deuce.
Yep.
Pretty solid. I'm just going to write it down. I was going to start a whole nother spreadsheet, but I think I'll just start it here. Ginger.
Well, since Kyle passed on it, I'm going to take the 1911. What's more American than the 1911?
1911. Hey, I get you. Let's see here. Do that. Trying to do something here. Okay. 1911. Let's hear your guys out there. I hear what you guys, what you want to think also. What's this, Kyle? In the back chat.
Don't worry about that. That's something I'm going to talk about at the end here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. 1911. Clover, you got the next pick.
Well, since Ginger asked what's more American than the 1911, I have an answer for that, and it is the Winchester 1873.
Figured that was coming.
I knew he was taking that.
Absolutely.
That was going to be my first one.
Was it?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. All right, what's yours then, Chris?
Well, since that one went, I'm going to go ahead and take the Thompson.
Ooh, the Thompson. I was not expecting the Thompson to be a first-round pick.
Just so iconic in the movies.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Let me ask you guys a question, because I want some clarity on this. If I was to say AR-15, would that include an M16, or are we going to consider M16 and an AR separate weapon systems?
Same.
Those are the same.
I don't care one way or the other. I just want to make sure before I choose something. Same. Okay. So I am going to say the AR-15 / M16 is mine. And then I get another pick going back around. Okay, it's going to be kind of controversial. But all of the modern double stack 9mm that are so popular today owe it to this one gun. I'm going to go with the Browning High Power. Going to go with the High Power just because 90% of guns today wouldn't be around without that design 100 years ago, literally 100 years ago. So
that design also wouldn't be around without a French dude, but
I think it would. I think
somebody else would have picked it up. Maybe
I do because the vast majority of the design was done before he died.
Yeah, but actually the double stack mag is what you led off with, which was more the French designer's influence.
Right, but what the whole idea about the double stack mag, I think was from what I understand about the high power design is that was where Browning was going. He hadn't gotten to that point.
Right.
And I think that was okay. The next step is, I think it would have gotten there no matter who had it. I think you saw the designs and you say, this is where he was going. It was the double stack, but yes, you're right technically, but I think it still makes it eventually. That's just me though. But I see what you're saying. I don't disagree with you. Technically. Chris, your second pick.
So I'm going to go with this one because the action is pretty much used in everything. I'm going to go with the Remington 700.
That's solid. That's a very solid choice. Clover, your second round pick.
I'm going to go 1874 Sharps.
1874 Sharps.
The original sniper rifle.
Baby. I was going to say the original sniper. Yeah, that's a good one. Ginger, your third round pick or second round pick. I mean,
I'm going to go with the state gun of Arizona, the Colt Single Action Army, the 1873 Colt.
Single Action Army. I was wondering. I'm surprised, honestly, that was not a first round pick from someone. Yeah, no. Kyle, you get 2 picks in a row here. So your second round pick, who do you want? What do you want?
Give me the Kentucky long rifle.
I never even thought about that, but
what caliber? What?
There is not. Whatever caliber your barrel's made for.
I was just asking. I thought maybe
basically whatever could fit in there is what they used.
Like on the Patriot, I'm just going to melt down the little Army guys, and
there you go. Yeah. As long as it fit, it shoots.
Guys, I don't know a lot of American-made options that are left out here. To be honest,
there's a lot that you just don't realize you know.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what's your favorite gun to shoot?
Well, I mean, you already took it.
Okay, but you enjoy other guns to shoot, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, name one, and I'll tell you if it's American or not.
Oh, I know a lot of them aren't.
Okay.
Google
Food best American guns ever. It'll at least give you an idea, I bet. There's someone has done a list out there. There you go. Google Foo it.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm getting educated over here, boys. I really want to take Chris's Remington 700 there. Actually, I'll go with the 870.
I was going to say there's another Remington out there that's probably pretty damn good. I wasn't going to say it, but
I'll go with the 870 because saying the Model 7 would probably be cheating.
I was thinking, like, if you like the Remington 7, there's another Remington that's a pretty much iconic gun out there. So there you go. 870 it is. Ginger, your third round pick.
Well, since Kyle went shotgun, and I was planning on going shotgun either way.
There's another one out there.
It's a really tough toss-up, but I'm going to use the shotgun that got us banned, almost Geneva Convention in World War I. We're going with the trench gun.
Oh, the trench gun. I was not thinking that.
Model 12.
Either the Model 12 or the Winchester 1898, right?
I got one queued up.
Yeah, but I when you were saying shotgun, there's another iconic shotgun that hasn't been mentioned yet. So maybe Clover will take it. Clover, what's your third round pick?
Iconic American. I go back to a Next Generation episode where some kids from South Africa was talking about their dream guns.
Okay.
And so it's really crazy. You wouldn't think this probably. Most people probably wouldn't, but considering there's people in South Africa that it's on their dream gun list, Ruger 1022.
I figured that was going to come eventually. Christopher, your 3rd round pick.
Well, since Clover took the 1022, I'm going to take.
Sorry.
Since Clover took the 1022, I'm going to take the
Okay.
Marlin Model 60.
Sold in department stores and farm and ranch
Everywhere.
stores, auto parts stores all across the country. Yeah.
Sears Roebuck Special, baby.
Ruger,
Yeah.
The Ruger never was, but the Marlin Model 60 was. Went by many names.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on an iconic shotgun. I know it might surprise some people, but I've got now my rifle, handgun, and now my shotgun. I'm going to say the Mossberg 500. Mossberg 500 I'm going to put up there. I think that's an iconic shotgun. It may not be a 700 in some people's eyes. I think it's better than the 700. That's just, I mean, the 870. I mean, I think it's better, but the Mossberg 500 is going to be my 3rd round pick. My 4th round pick. This is going to be interesting.
You get 2 in a row again?
Because I'm on the end, so we're going to go back. Yeah, I'm going back to Kyle. Well, I don't give a shit. Let's start the next round, 4th round. Let's start this with Ginger this time. But that will go around. Ginger, your 4th round pick.
Well, I went shotgun last round. I'm going to go shotgun again this round. What's more iconic than the Wells Fargo coach gun? Double barrel coach gun, the Pony Express itself.
Pony Express.
Mm-hmm.
Good call. Good call. Clover, your 4th round pick.
I'm going to go with the Smith & Wesson hand ejector because swing out cylinders probably don't happen without that. And it goes by many names, including the Victory, the M&P, and also the Model 10.
Yep. I almost picked that one, but I couldn't. I was going to say, you know what? I, if it's still around in the last round, I will, but I just couldn't pull myself to do a revolver. Just joking. But no, that's maybe the 2nd or 3rd. It's a top 5 iconic revolver, right? It's a top 5. Chris, your 4th round decision.
I haven't took a shotgun yet. Has anybody took the 1897 Winchester yet?
Yes, Ginger did with the trench gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I'm running out.
Yeah, shotguns could be tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure Clover has some obscure shotgun that he could help you out with, but I don't know him.
There's a big one still on the board.
Is there? What am I missing?
Yeah.
I think it's the big. Would it be the Grand? Has anybody taken that yet?
No.
The Grand is still the Grand is still out there.
Well, there we go. I'll take that.
It's Canadian.
Hold on. It's Canadian.
It's Canadian.
Oh, that's right. It is.
He moved to the U.S. when he was 11.
He built the gun in Canada.
He was 11 years old.
We need a
I
ruling
don't care.
here.
We need a ruling here.
Hold
right.
on. I got something up.
Oh,
Fuck Canada.
well, let's
Isn't
leave it.
Canada just basically U.S. North? I mean,
Everybody's mad because they didn't take it.
that's true. I didn't even think
Well,
about
that's the only
the Grand.
reason why I didn't take it because it was Canadian.
Designed for who, though?
Canada.
Well, I mean, he did design it when he was working for Springfield, but yeah.
Designed for the U.S. military, for Springfield.
Nobody else that we talked about, everybody else was born in the U.S. So I don't know. I don't care because I wouldn't. I mean, it's on my longer list, but it certainly wasn't on my short list.
Okay,
So
but let's
It wasn't. It wasn't on my list of the list that I wanted to put down there. So I'm not going to pick anybody else. Plan on picking the Garand?
No, but Milsurp Doe gave us the answer. I think he's the.
It was developed and manufactured in the U.S. Well, I understand there's a lot of SIGs and Glocks that were developed and manufactured in the U.S. that we're not allowing. That said, I'm going to give you the Garand. I'm going to give you grand, whatever. I'm giving it to you, Chris, because I totally forgot about it, and I think that that's a fair one. All right. Fourth round for me. Going through my list that I made. Man. I've got AR, a handgun, a shotgun. So I guess I am going to go a revolver. I'm going to go the
on the board. There's a huge one on the board. Revolver. There's a huge revolver.
Yeah, I'm going to go the 1851 Navy, the Colt Navy.
Yeah, I don't want another route, but I hear you.
Oh, would you? Well, I was going to go another one, but I'm not going to say it because it'll get picked here pretty soon. But I'm going to go with the Navy. Okay, Kyle, your fourth round.
Hit me with the grease gun, the M3
gun. Nice.
I've got a nice little selection of firearms going on.
You do. I see where you're going with these. But yeah. Let's start the next round with Clover. Clover, your fifth round pick.
The Browning Auto 5.
Oh,
that was the one. That was the shotgun I was thinking of, Clover.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris. Someone said the street sweeper head. That's funny. Chris, your next round pick here.
Can I go in? Have we took the M60 yet?
The 60? No, we have not. Oh. That's a good one. I'm gonna be I don't know the model of it. Let me just look it up real quick. I'm gonna leave that one for it just hit my mind. Let's go for me. Get on my list. Most everything's kind of been taken. Most of it. How about the Mini 14? I'm gonna go the Mini 14. I know it's not like iconic, but it's a pretty cool ass gun.
Good pick.
It's a solid fifth round pick, right? It's a solid fifth round pick. And you know, it is what it is. Kyle, what you got?
The M79 single shot grenade launcher.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, I would love to be the guy on patrol carrying the thumper, dude. Sign me up.
Right. If you got someone carrying the ammo for you, that shit gets heavy.
That's facts.
It's almost as bad as like the 60. The 60 had at least we did when we were in our 60 gunner. We had a secondary gunner that was in charge of carrying the barrels and ammo because they weren't going to make him carry all of that shit.
That's the same with the 240. We had an A gunner.
Did you? Yeah, you had an A gunner that carried ammo. And did y'all carry extra barrels with 240 or no?
Yep.
You did? Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Ginger, your next round pick.
Oh, there's a very iconic gun still on the board that I should take.
Okay.
I should take. But what I'm going to take is because this is the brainchild of a nuclear physicist, and it is the most failed but iconic American gun out there. It's going to be the gyrojet. Shooting rocket ammo. The gyrojet.
Okay. Clover, I'm not going to, whatever. Clover.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I never even would have crossed my mind, but sure.
I'm gonna go outside the box.
You could have taken that in the 50th round, Ginger, and it'd still be on the board. Let's just be honest.
I thought we were only doing 5 rounds, so
I don't. We're gonna go until we run out of guns. You know.
Oh, damn it! Then we're gonna take the one I want to think of.
What you got, Clove?
High Point C9.
Okay. Chris, there's some classic iconic guns out there, and you're picking fucking High Points right now. Just saying.
It's an American.
I'm gonna go with something a little more modern. I'm gonna go with the M&P handguns.
There you go. I'm going to go with Smith & Wesson 686.
Solid.
Is that what you were talking about when you said there's a huge one still out there, Clove? I'm not a revolver guy, so there's probably a few of them out there that I don't know.
It was a Colt. But
oh, is it a snake gun?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Kyle, what's your next one?
I'm fucking stuck again, guys. Damn it.
You can go M14. I don't know if you like the M14 or not.
Wait, what about the Springfield M1A? Have we gone there yet?
Oh, we have not gone the M1A.
Nope.
I'll take that.
Cool.
The M14.
Not.
Wow,
Ginger.
I can't believe this made it all the way around one more time, but I'm going to go Smith & Wesson Model 29, Dirty Harry Special, make my day.
I have that on my list, but it was way down on my list. But I did have that on my list.
Thank you, Elmer Keith.
Let's go one more round because that gives us everyone that will start a round. Chris, you get first pick in this being our last round.
I'm just going to pull one out. I'm running out of stuff. What about the Ithaca 37? Did anybody take that yet?
No.
Nope.
See, a few rounds ago, you couldn't even think of something. There it is. My last one. I have this written down because I even know about it, if that makes any sense when I say this. The Colt Detective Special. Like, even I know of that one. It's kind of like a Model 10 and 686. Like, you know about those, right? So I'm going to go with the Detective Special. All right, Kyle, your last pick, my man.
All right. This is just going off a whim here, guys.
Sure.
The Ithaca 37.
Chris just took that.
Mother trucker. I was too busy researching. All right. This is another shot in the dark.
Gary says the Altor. So yeah.
I'm throwing darts here, guys. The Browning Auto 5.
Clover took it.
Son of a gun, dude.
Just pick the Altor and be done with it.
Just pick the Altor or the Sky or a Sky. Just pick the Sky and let's just move on.
No. No.
Ooh, there's a couple sniper rifles out there that could be, or long range rifles that could be really interesting.
I know, but I got the Kentucky long rifle to cover me there.
Yeah, they're gonna go out to where these things are going out to.
All right, this is another stab in the dark. Somebody's probably got.
Oh, he already has the 870, so he's got the 870, so he's got something.
Marlin
Oh, 18 is a
Model
shotgun.
39A.
Oh,
Marlin,
that's
what?
a good one.
I've never even heard of that.
Lever action 22.
Me neither till I seen it on
Marlin, what is it? 39?
39 Alpha.
I've never heard of that. Well, obviously it's pretty good because Clover kind of went ape shit.
The old bicycle rifle, if you
I guess
will.
you don't need a sniper rifle when you got a mod deuce, so I guess you're covered. So
Yeah, the Modus is my sniper rifle.
That's
Accuracy by volume.
that's right. Ginger?
All right, I'm going to take the state gun of Tennessee, the Barrett M82.
Okay, I was going to say the Barrett's out there, the McMillan TAC 338's out there. Barrett McMillan's out there. You still even have. Well, I'm not going to say that because there's some people. I don't suspect that Clover's going to pick any of those. But you had some Savage stuff out there. You had some really cool like long distance. So you're going to go with the Barrett M82. Good call, my man. That's a really good solid choice. I would have gone with the TAC 338 from McMillan, but that's just my personal opinion. But yes, that Barrett's badass. Clover, your last gun.
Has nobody done Gatling yet?
Gatling has not been picked.
I didn't think so. I was like, was I mistaken? I'm going Gatling. I need some volume too, apparently. So there you go.
Yeah, you do. That's something that I'm missing. I did not have a suppressive fire that could have helped. I wasn't thinking that. I actually have way too many fucking revolvers. I have 3 revolvers on my list. That's sacrilege. Holy shit. That's sacrilege.
Wait a
All
second.
right.
Guys, do you have the whole prep sheet going over there?
No, this is the list that I wrote down everybody's choices. I'm getting ready to read them off.
I'm like, you sick bastard. You didn't even tell us.
No.
You're all studied up over
No,
here.
these are what everyone's choices are. I'm going to get ready to read them out to everybody. So Kyle had the M1A, the Marlin 39 Alpha, the Mod Deuce, the Kentucky Long Rifle, Remington 870, the Grease Gun, and the M79 Grenade Launcher. It's pretty solid choices right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guns. Ginger Barrett M82, Colt 1911, the Gyro Jet, the Single Action Army, the Smith & Wesson Model 29, the Trench Gun, and the Wells Fargo Coach Gun. Pretty solid. Clover going with the Winchester 1873, the 1874 Sharps, the Ruger 1022, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 is what I wrote, many names, but I called it Model 10. The Browning Auto 5, the High Point C9, and the Gatling gun. Pretty solid there. Christopher goes with the Thompson, the Remington 700. So you got your long range gun there. The Marlin 60, M1 Grand, M60, the M&P, and the Ithaca 37. Make sure you had 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I went with the AR-15, the Browning High Power, the Mossberg 500, the 1851 Colt Navy, the Mini 14, the Smith & Wesson 686, and the Colt Detective Special. How the fuck did I end up with 3 revolvers on my list? I could have picked like the Ruger LCP. I could have picked. No one picked the 1903, by the way. I figured the Springfield might come up. 1903 might have come up, but it didn't.
Nobody picked the Single Action Army either.
Yeah, that was Ginger's. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was Ginger's second round pick was single action. When you said there's a huge one out there, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I was thinking about the Single Action.
Okay, yeah, no, that was a second round pick for Ginger.
Okay, yeah, I missed that one.
No one picked the Python. I don't know if that was a big gun or not, but I think everyone knows about the Colt Python. Was that something not iconic? I don't know.
No one took the Savage 99.
Oh,
There's a lot of.
Winchester 1894. Was that taken by anyone?
I think Clover took the 73.
I took the 73. I don't think the 94 was
The
taken.
94 is still up there.
I know it's not, but it changed the game for carry guns. The M&P Shield. That's a pretty. When we're talking concealed carry guns, that's a very important gun.
the LCP.
That's the LCP earlier. Yeah.
If you were going to go
Or
LCP,
the LCR, whatever you want to call it. What's that?
If you were going to go LCP, though, I would go with the Keltec. But even before that, if you're talking about, because without that Keltec, I don't think the LCP exists.
Ooh,
we've talked about Keltec. We've talked about, call them what you want to, but maybe the most importantly innovative company around. If they could just make them good, the designs they have, a lot of their designs are fantastic. They just make them shitty guns.
Yeah. Sadly, Kellgren was born in Sweden and designed the Tech 9 in South Africa. Otherwise, I probably would have said that.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even thought of it.
It didn't count.
Nobody took the Mac 10.
That's true.
Or any of the third gen Smiths.
I'm not. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't call those iconic. Would you?
I would say they brought about getting 10 millimeter.
For the brand.
The brand, yeah. But the brand was only around for such a short time.
I don't think it is. But
I don't think the brand's American. I think the brand is British.
Brand 10. Let's just see. It was made by Dornos and Dixon.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember where it was designed.
I think it was Britain. I could be wrong on that.
John, you got to school me up on this gyrojet. This is the first I've ever heard of it.
Oh, it was an utter failure.
Oh yeah,
but it
was.
cool.
Brand 10 was designed by Cooper in California.
In California, yep. The company formally incorporated as Dornos and Dixon Enterprises on July 15th in California. Set up factory in Huntington Beach.
I know that. Or how did I not remember that?
Yeah. I don't know.
So Kyle, the gyrojet was basically this nuclear physicist was talking about how bullets become unstable or they lose velocity as they leave the barrel. The whole idea of the gyrojet is when you fire it, there's 4 like jet propulsion holes in it, and it was literally with jet fuel, and you'd fire it, and as it would go out the barrel, it would kick on the jets and gyro stabilize the projectile as it goes downrange.
Yeah. Scott, Ginger.
Scott, what's he talking about? I was gonna say, Scott, what's Scott talking about? Classic double barrel shotgun. Am I missing one?
Coach Gun came up.
Yeah, so Coach Gun came up.
He wasn't listening.
We literally talked about the Pony Express.
There wasn't but like 50 guns, so I mean it happens.
Yeah. I think 35 guns were taken, so
something like that, yeah.
That's pretty fun. Yeah. It was like I said, I wanted to do something. I didn't want to talk anything too serious tonight. I wanted to kind of have fun a little bit. NAA. So back Deuce out there says, did I miss the NAA revolvers? They got to be pretty high on the list. What are NAA revolvers?
North American Arms, the mini revolver.
Yeah, okay. I didn't catch the NAA, so I didn't know what that meant. Okay. When it comes to revolvers, I'm sorry, I don't. I don't do that shit. Although I have 3 of them on my fucking list, which astounds me.
Bond Arms bullpup. We're talking about modern. The Bond Arms bullpup's pretty unique.
I don't disagree.
Didn't they just buy the Boberg patent though? That was Boberg before it was Bond Arms.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Good one. 223 says, wasn't there a red Fox side by side? That would have been a Fox. Shotguns, Fox shotguns. Yeah.
I mean, the M1 carbine didn't get brought up. There's a bunch. The BAR didn't get brought up.
BAR did not get brought up. That's right. BAR didn't get brought up.
No, none of us are taking the Sky. I think we'd rather drink lead paint.
Winchester Model 70 didn't come up.
I think when Chris said the 700, I think we all just jumped off the bolt gun train.
No,
Well,
because my choice would have been a Model 70 over the 700. I mean,
the 700 reason why you kind of jumped off as far as Americans, like, yes, you could have said like a Savage. You could have said, but without the 700, I mean, most of those don't exist, you know.
Well, Savage does, because that's a totally separate action.
I understand that, but I said you could have said Savage, but most of the other bolt actions in this world are going to be based on, without the 700, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 700, the majority of, you're right. The majority of bolt actions are roughly 700. Yeah.
I mean, yes, you could have, I guess you could have said whatever you wanted to and for whatever model you liked, but it was based off of that action. You could have, there's a couple other actions out there that are really, really good. I could have said the Bergara, which I love, but it's just,
that's a 700. Yeah.
It's a 700, just different, furniture and shit.
Well, that's what I said. The Winchester 70 is not though, and it was before.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I was seeing a 700, right? Like you said that once the 700 was gone, people kind of went away from bolts, and that was why.
It was precision rifle before there was. Now, if you're a Ruger Red Label shotgun would have been a good one because that was.
I don't even know what that is.
So it's imported. It's an over under. The Ruger Red Labels were not. Nope. Oh. They hadn't made the red labels in probably 30 years.
What was Ed Zachary says the Winchester Mystery House? What's that?
It's the house. The Winchester. Yeah, it's the Winchester House in San Francisco. They said that that's where the Winchester family moved to, and they say it's super haunted and there's some weird stuff going on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, Scott brought up the Winchester was a Mauser copy, so that was the 1903. The 1903 was so copied that Mauser sued over it.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough if you start trying to go down this road, and you never said it had to be copied.
No. Or you look at the high power of the 1911. You can say a 1911, and everyone knows pretty much the Colt, but someone might like XYZ model and say, I love this 1911.
Based off of and a copy of
is copy of
two different things too.
Yeah.
Now somebody said something in the chat. I was gonna draft it, but I didn't think it was technically a firearm. Is the P80?
If you want to get technical, neither is a Kentucky long rifle. Let's just be honest.
Right. Yeah.
Kyle, we're not taking it away from you, brother.
They're not. I was just thinking, I don't think any of those bad boys were serialized for sure.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
So they're not firearms,
Originals, no, for sure.
No. 223 says the earlier Ruger bolt action rifles were Mauser copies. Yeah.
The amount of copying in the firearms industry,
the Polymer 80 is not a gun in itself, though, because it's a frame. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I didn't pick it.
Ooh, the 1860 Henry. I forgot about the Henrys. I
was just going to say that. And the Sharp. Did anybody bring up the Sharps carbine?
Yeah. Clover picked that early.
I had a question about that, Clover.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharps, is that the one that had the coffee grinder in the stock?
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Powder.
Sarah Winchester built the house for souls who've passed from Winchester Firearms, San Jose, California, Victorian house with stairs to nowhere and doors that open like windows. What the hell? No, thank you. I will never want to go to that house. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Never want to go to that house.
Yeah, that sounds like
creepy. Just reading that's creeping me out.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty cool. That was fun. Anything else we want to talk about? Americana stuff? Anything that
Who?
else?
I'll pitch a question to everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Let's take the original four. Let's go with Remington, Colt, Winchester, and Smith and Wesson.
Okay.
Out of the original four, what company is the most iconic out of the four?
Colt.
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 You wouldn't say Smith?
God made man.
Mm-mm.
Sam Colt made them equal. Everybody knows that saying, and it pops up all the time. Colt 45.
I would say that had Browning actually had his own like actual did his own manufacturing and all that, I could have said that. But how can you argue with Samuel Colt?
Yeah.
I don't disagree with Winchester. I definitely don't disagree with Smith and Wesson, but I think I even probably put Winchester second behind Colt. I think I put them ahead of Smith and Wesson, honestly. Colt for me though, and probably Winchester after that. Then it's probably Smith and Wesson. Honestly, that just beat me.
Winchester. What do we got?
Who was the fourth?
Remington.
Remington.
Remington. Yeah, Remington would probably be fourth for me.
Remington's going to be dead last for me.
Yeah.
Smith and Wesson's definitely got to be above Remington because modern revolvers don't happen without Smith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mine's Colt, Winchester, Smith, and then Remington would be mine.
Colt revolvers were the bee's knees until the 1900-ish era, and then the hand ejectors. And
then the 1911 came out.
All law enforcement. Well, law enforcement back then up until the 80s didn't hardly carry semi-autos. So from a military standpoint, okay, maybe, but even in the military back then, there was a lot of revolvers. But Smith & Wesson dominated the revolver game for decades, a half a century easy. So where Colt fell behind. So where Colt is, I think is people give Colt credit first. Smith & Wesson bringing it all into the modern era would be Smith & Wesson.
So Scott poses the question: what did Smith & Wesson make before they made guns? The Smith brothers were known for their barrels before they made guns, and then they were making very high-end custom rifles. And
there is go ahead. I'm sorry.
The older brother was the gun maker, and then he passed away, and the Honus Smith met up with Mr. Wesson, and that's when they decided to partner up. And then they were making revolvers, got sued by Colt, and then they hired the dude from Colt who did the back cylinder open, and that's when they kind of took off.
There was, and I want to say it might have been History Channel. I might be wrong. I'm not sure where I saw it. There is a great documentary on Smith & Wesson. It's an older one, but I watched it maybe a couple years ago.
Chase out there trolling.
Chase has made an appearance again. So
killing me.
Yeah.
I think it was History Channel.
Is it History? It was a great one. I watched it. I think I watched it during COVID, but it was an old one. It wasn't new by any means, but I saw it. Chris, what would your order be for those four?
It'd be Colt, Winchester, Smith, Remington.
Yeah. Kyle, what about you?
I'm going Colt, Winchester, Smith, and Remington, just like Chris.
It's kind of interesting. So you're the one who asked the question, Ginger. What would your order be?
It's actually for me. I would go Smith & Wesson, Colt, Winchester, Remington.
So we all agree that Remington's of those four, number 4.
Which is unfortunate because they got a pretty awesome history themselves, but really those last couple of years really freaking.
Well, that's not just the last couple of years. Remington has been bought and sold so many times.
Well, the Remington that was even in the last 5-10 years is not the same Remington from 50 years ago.
Nope.
I mean, they used to do Army and Marine Corps sniper rifles.
They did.
Carlos
Matter of fact, the 700. Everyone that went to Scout Sniper School received a 700 when they got out of school, and they could get whatever they wanted to, but they were given a new 700 when they graduated Scout Sniper School.
But Carlos Hathcock, he shot a
Hathcock.
Winchester.
I've got to disagree. Hathcock used the Winchester Model 70 more than anything.
That's what I was saying.
The Winchester Model 70. Is that what you
Yeah.
said? I thought you said
You
Remington.
cut me off and said I have to disagree.
Yeah, come on.
The Remington 700. I thought we were talking about the 700.
We were, but I was going to say the reason I picked Winchester.
Oh, because of that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Hathcock. Oh man.
He
did use the 700.
Well, he had to have. I mean, that's
M40. Yeah.
But his go-to was
Hathcock.
was the Model 70.
Jeez.
Thanks.
Yeah.
The only reason why
now, Nick out there at Milsurp Duo says, here's a quiz question. I don't know this. Clover might. What was the 1860 Henry an improved design of?
volcanic pistol.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
You
No,
threw
it
it
was
out there, so.
It was the volcanic pistol.
G23 says, Chase, is Ghost afraid to let you on the panel? Yes, I am.
Yep.
Yeah, Chase, I love you, buddy, but yeah, he knows. No, he doesn't. I send him links right now, but he's busy being daddy about this time every night. So, Patriot in the Dark, what's up, brother? What is going on, Mr. Ronald Reagan himself, man?
Snob was all snobby night before.
I do not want to even mention Snob's name because he said the only good reasons to watch this are Chris and Kyle, and I don't agree with that, so I'm not acknowledging his existence.
Well, I was bad mouthing him though.
Oh, okay, then please go ahead.
Because we were coming through Oklahoma, and it's like, hey man, meet us as long as we're not having Mexican food. Let's have dinner, And he completely blew us off like we're through there all the time or something. It was, whatever.
Yeah.
Come on, Snob, get your stuff together, man.
That was ridiculous.
He might have known some local establishments that were good to go to,
Oh, that's true. Well, he already got a patch coming anyway, so he's good.
That's
There
true.
was there was a really good Mexican place in Iowa. It surprised me.
I doubt
No, it surprised me. It was really
No,
good.
it wasn't.
it.
No,
Yes,
there
there was. Not the one in Grinnell. There was one
No,
right.
I do not care. You're not going to
It's
convince
so
me.
good.
Your
Even
taste
the
in
Texas
Mexican food
guys.
sucks if you think there was good Mexican food
Oh
in
no,
Iowa.
the
Iowa.
Texas guys
No.
with us said that it was good Mexican food.
No.
It was
No.
good Mexican food.
No, it was, yeah.
There was good pizza
Said
too.
You're talking to the
He
Texas
said there was-
gatekeeper, John.
Okay, now
That's
you're
right.
saying it's good people. So are you
No,
are you
good
one of these
pizza.
that
Pizza.
like oh, I thought you said people. Pizza? What?
Good pizza in Iowa.
You had pizza
Outside
at
of
the Mexican food
corn, there
place?
probably ain't a whole lot good in Iowa, man.
The
You had
employees
pizza at
had
the
great
Mexican food place?
personality.
So-
What? Was it deep
So-
dish? Was it Chicago style?
No, we had that
If
pizza.
you
that
say
we had
this,
at
I will
the
eject
thing.
your ass out of this panel.
Yeah, that was. I don't remember the name of that.
What?
Ranger Pizza or Pizza Ranger
Yeah.
or something
Pizza,
like that.
it was good. No, okay. So the Mexican restaurant we went to, we walked in there. The guy just spoke Spanish to us, and we looked at him like we were crazy. And did he just eject himself?
Okay.
Damn it. John, you see what you've done?
See what I done?
Look what you've done, John.
He's back.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I was trying to
then
eject him, and I pushed it on me instead.
Oops.
That backfired tremendously.
it was funny.
I just got tired of listening to Iowa Mexican food. I said, I'm out of here. You guys finish this up.
Right.
Here's my next question.
Oh, God.
Well, we're talking about 4th of July in America. Bucket list
Okay.
gun. If you're at the range, your first thing in line, what's the bucket list gun that you're going to be in line for?
Ghost of the MP5.
No, it's my second one. I mean, I shot it a bunch. Something that I've never shot, and I will want to shoot this. So the one thing that is on my bucket list to shoot would be a minigun. And I've shot MP5. I don't even know how many times. So my bucket list would have to be something that I haven't ever done, right? I mean, technically, Minigun. I'd love to shoot a minigun one day. Kyle?
Why do you do this to me, John? It's 4th of July, right? I'm setting the scene here.
4th of July.
4th
All
of
right.
July.
Paint us a picture, brother.
Nice clear night. Fireworks off in the distance.
Damn, the writer in them's coming out now.
Dream. Golly, I think.
I'm trying to do the music behind you while you're saying this. What?
Yeah, it can be Matt. It can be whatever you want.
All right, I want one of those anti-aircraft where you're sitting on the ship and you got like the huge sight,
Holy moly!
and you just kind of like flying back and just
Love it.
Okay, you win.
Recoiling barrel artillery.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Kyle sitting like there, his neighbors are like, "Is that fireworks or flak?" I can't figure out what it is.
Right.
Oh my god! Yeah, that'd be awesome. Clove.
A10.
A10 considered. A10 Warthog is considered a weapon. That's correct. It's built around a cannon, which they're getting rid of, by the way, which I think is a travesty. They're trying to get rid of the A10. I don't understand that. Rest in peace.
A10 go Bert.
Ghost needs to have a show. Invite Midnight and oh no, Midnight and Chase never need to meet. Trust me, they never need to meet. Christopher, dream bucket list gun.
I still have never got to shoot a Maldeus yet.
What? Oh God, you'd love it.
change your life.
Yeah, it will change your life. That and a Mark 19, Mongoose and the Mark 19 both changed my life. Mark 19 is a special place in my heart. It's not as badass as the Mongoose, but it's pretty badass.
I like how quiet the Mark 19 is. It's freaking scary.
And then you look down 500 yards, you go, like, oh, snap. Yes. Ginger.
I actually have yet to shoot a Maldeus either.
Really?
I was in line at CanCon and it broke. So I didn't get to shoot the Maldeus. The other one that I wanted to shoot was I didn't know they had the A-Team Mini 14 at range day, and I missed that.
Where,
I've seen that in your video,
Yeah,
Chris.
GunCon.
That was sick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So all I got to shoot was the grenade launcher.
Oh, too bad.
It's hard.
Dude, that's pretty badass. Not gonna lie.
I would say either that or in 1919, or I could just be like Chase and all you all who are unrealistic and just go, I'm a volley from an Iowa class battleship.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
So,
Kyle,
Was it
Kyle's
LMT
talking about
that
fucking
dropped the grenade
anti-aircraft
launcher?
shit.
Yeah, it was LMT.
So let me rephrase Ginger's question a little bit here.
All right, go for it.
So bucket list gun to own
Okay.
has to be commercial, non-NFA.
Oh, fuck
blah,
you.
blah, blah, blah. Like, can't be like military crazy. Just like that can be not in production for 100 years or what have you. But
Non-NFA.
civilian owned, non-NFA. Yeah, it can be a $5,000 lever rifle, or it can be a $100,000 over and under. But like, I really want to own one of those, at some point. We all have those. It's eluded us. I'm not going to give it away, but one of mine, I'm not going to say while everybody's thinking. I'm not going to give away yet because one that I would probably say is on my bucket list, I might actually end up getting this week, believe it or not, in the next few days. But one that has eluded me is the M1A, the civilian Mini 14. Basically. I wanted one of those forever, and every time I've had the money, something else just caught my eye that was a deal or whatever, and I ended up every single time. So that's definitely on my short list. Along with the Glock 19, believe it or not. But the deal's got to be right.
Who's going to go? Who are you picking to go first?
Oh, I don't care. Go with whoever's ready. Whoever's got an answer.
Okay.
I'll hop in, and this is kind of like trending for me, I guess, right now. The DOE 9. The Department of Energy 9.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Well, you've been wanting the CZ75 though too.
Yeah.
Department of Energy 9?
Yep.
Is this a thing?
Yeah. I think it was Colt. I'm not 100% on the manufacturer there. Just look up Department of Energy PC.
Is it the Colt 633 SMG? Department of Energy Colt 633 SMG.
Well, if it's an SMG, then that's definitely an NFA item.
Yeah.
Son of a gun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some time. Someone else hop in here.
You can get those. You can get them non-NFA.
Could you?
It's just, but that's just like getting like a semi-automatic MP5. Like I love them, but I'm not like,
It's almost like a replica at that point,
Yeah, those are all sub guns.
I have 2 on my list that I've been, and the one of them was at Brownells, and I couldn't buy it. It was a Savage 1907 and a Colt 1903 pocket hammerless are on my list. I don't know why I want both, but I want both.
I've got a Savage.
They had one sitting there, and I walked up to Cody and I was like, "Hey, I know I can't buy guns here, but can y'all ship it?" And he goes, "No, not from the store." And I was like, "Damn it!" And he goes, "What did you want?" I'm like, "There's that Savage sitting in there that I've been looking for. It was at a good price." They also had a.
Why can they not ship it?
It's a guess. I guess it's Iowa law or something like that. They weren't going to ship it out of the store. And then the other one that they had that I almost bought and bought a case to take home. They had an A5 with a cuts compensator on the end, and somebody got it before I could.
Okay. Christopher.
So it's like I don't even remember the question. We're taking a bucket list gun that we'd like to own,
one that you like to own, but it's like got to be a regular gun. It can be old and it can be rare or whatever, but it has to be like a commercial. It can be an NFA item, special, something that you could just like you walk into a gun shop and there it is. And you've always wanted one.
I'm going to take my favorite gun I shot at range day at SHOT. I'm going to take the Barrett 416. God, I love that gun.
It's a good one. Just don't carry as long as it ain't a revolver.
Actually, I'm going to go with a revolver.
Oh, that night guard?
No. And we're talking bucket list. Like it's a specific gun. I want Billy the Kid Schofield.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's not a special gun in itself, but it has to be Billy the Kid Schofield.
You'd rather have that than one of Doc's Lightnings? I
would. The Lightning would be awesome, but Billy the Kid Schofield to me is probably the most famous gun ever.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very specific, but it has to be Billy the Kid's, not just a Schofield. It has to be Billy Kid Schofield. If we're talking dream bucket list, like you might as well have like the most famous gun ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is true. Kyle needs to have Hathcock's Model 70 then.
There you go. That'd be kind of cool. The one that he shot Homeboy through the scope with.
Right, with 8 power Unerdle on top of
it.
Yeah.
What did he feel? Recoil.
What did he feel? Recoil.
All right.
Yeah.
I've wanted this rifle for a long time. I don't know why I haven't got it yet. I think because it's a little expensive. But Springfield's M1A SOCOM. The
Okay.
SOCOM 16.
Hell yeah. Now, if we're talking modern stuff, I want a true HK416.
Oh,
That's NFA though, isn't it? The NFA, never mind. And I don't want the HK556. That's just a poor replica. I mean, it's just a poor man. Is that SOCOM? Is that NFA?
no.
No.
Okay. All right. There you go.
That's the more modern version of the M1A I said earlier,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I would prefer a national match or something like that, too.
Yeah. So did you say what you wanted, Clover? Did you ever say what you wanted?
Yeah, I said probably the one that I would say I might actually, and this is the reason I come up with this question.
Oh, that's right. You said you might have it. You might get it soon.
I actually be getting it in the next few days. So I went to a backup, which would have been an M1A like national match, really wood with the medallion and blah blah blah. Yeah, but I'd take any M1A, or I would even take a Polytech, a Chinese copy, for that matter. But if I had my wishes, which is what the question was about.
Yeah, no.
National
Anybody
match.
else have a question we want to, kind of a fun one we want to bring up before we get out of here? No? All right. Christopher, what's going on with your channel? First of all, thanks for coming on. Go check out Christmas 740. You guys know that I'm really proud of this guy. He's a great friend of mine, and people that know me well know that I don't use the word friend very easily. He's become a great friend, doing great work. Please go check out his stuff if you ever haven't yet. Go check that. But what's going on the channel? You got any chats coming up or shows or whatever, or what kind of videos you got coming down the line?
I'm going to release a gun con video each day until I run out of those. As far as I need to get my butt filming, I'm getting behind, but I'm going to start doing some videos with the Jackal, and then the EMR1 showed up today. So,
nice.
You haven't shot it out.
I'll be interested to shoot me a text when you shoot it. I want to hear your initial thoughts of what you think about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get that out. It's he did the color combination I wanted and everything, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so,
nice. What color did you get?
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for having me on, and it was great hanging out with Clover and John all weekend. And
I wouldn't say that, but I'm so glad I wasn't around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Kyle, what's going on at Anderson?
Like we talked about at the beginning, check out the website tomorrow, 15% off site wide. Independence Day sale. It's going through Monday. So if you don't get a chance tomorrow, check it out over the weekend. Ghost, if you're okay with this, I also put a link to a giveaway that we're doing with Real Avid.
Okay.
That fires up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We partnered up with JP Rifles, Burris Scopes, Real Avid, obviously, and another company I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's the ultimate build giveaway, and it's like $5,000 worth of stuff, including a complete build, everything you need for a complete build with all the tools you need. It's pretty awesome giveaway.
I cannot put that link out there for reasons,
Gotcha.
but I will say just go to Real Avid, REALAVID, and I'm sure that it's going to pop up on their website.
Yeah. And we'll have a streamer across our website as well. So.
There you go. Perfect. There you go. Yeah. Go to Anderson Manufacturing, and then you can reroute through there. But for sure.
But thanks as always for having me on, Ghost. Always a freaking pleasure, man.
Always.
Even when you guys stump me on my lack of gun knowledge here.
I get when I'm around Clover and these guys, I get stumped all the time because I haven't heard of half the shit they know. So, welcome to my world. Oh my God, fucking weirdos. All right, Ginger. 2-Way Tuesday and FLR. Go for it.
All right, so for 2A Tuesday, we're going to talk again the awesome patches and swag that you can get from EOTech. That goes 25% of all the sales from these go to GOA. So go check out EOTech /gear/protect the second. So this is their
And the
protect
links out there in the chat.
Yeah. So go check that out. We also, for GOA, we've got goals coming up August 17th and 18th, Knoxville, Tennessee. It's going to be a good old time. 140 companies are signed on, including recently Ed Brown. So go check that out. There were Ed Brown, Wilson Combat, and a couple other big names are signed on for the show. So go check out gunners.org/goals, and they'll get you all set up. Please pre-register. You'll get in a little bit faster if you pre-register instead of showing at the door. It'll get you early access to all the things going on Friday, like the comedy show and things like that. And then for FLR, we got a video launch last week on the EAA Untouchable. We have also hit another big milestone. We have 75,000 views on the channel, so it is growing.
Woo!
And we, as I told Ghost earlier, we got invited to the YouTube Partner Program early, about a week ago. So super excited about all that. Love how the channel's growing.
First tier, so like memberships and all that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
You get your membership set up like within the next few days.
Yeah, I just submitted the application today. I haven't
Oh, so you haven't been approved. You just were able to. I got you.
The revenue thing is popping up on our analytics, but I haven't gotten the approval email yet.
Yeah.
No, you won't get that for a little while, yeah.
But yeah, go check out our video on the Untouchable and what we said about it, and hopefully we can get some more views than what we got on it. So real excited. Again, thank Chase, who's for sending that out for review, and Ghost, thank you again for having me on again. Had a great, fantastic time.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. What's up, Kyle?
Oh, nothing. I accidentally hit the mute button here.
Oh, okay. Clove, what you got going on?
Gun con stuff mainly. Dropped a range video, about 10 minutes of footage from the range in the rain too. Yeah, that's true. And I cut it way down, man. When I threw all the raw stuff in there, it was like 45 minutes worth of footage. But I cut that way down, and so it was a little easier to digest because you don't need to see me running multiple mags out of one thing to kind of get an idea of that one thing, right? So that one dropped today, and then it'll be shock and awe with, as usual, when we get back from shows, we try to get all that out quick as possible. So I think there was like 13 shorts and like 7 videos out of that. So every day will be, either a short or a short and a long form. So for the next 10 days or so, something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nothing.
It's gonna be a while. Probably a couple of weeks or so. Busy at work, got personal shit going. So, but yeah, we'll be doing the show weekly. I've got stuff I got to get done, but it's tough right now. So we'll get it done when we get it done. And but I do want to come back and say, everybody, again, I really do appreciate the love the last few days. Everyone on the panel here, I love you guys, and people that are out there that I haven't met personally that still sent emails and DMs and messages and all of that. I really do appreciate it. It's brutal, but we'll get through it. But I do want to say thank you, everyone, for reaching out. It really means a lot. So yeah, have a very happy Independence Day. Man, it's the greatest country in the world. And
Yep.
I still truly believe that the two greatest items ever written in the history of the world are the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. That's just my personal opinion. No one had ever seen anything like the Declaration of Independence in the world. No one ever really kind of thought about declaring war and explaining why. It's kind of a new thing. And the Bill of Rights, man, I'm telling you, if anyone, I was talking with Chase about this earlier. I called him when I saw it. I think you guys, Ginger, you guys posted about it later on. GOA did. I think people that know me that know me well, that know that Clarence Thomas, in my opinion, is the greatest Supreme Court justice maybe ever, right? Clarence Thomas basically bitch slapped the Seventh Circuit Court today, and it was amazing. If you get a chance, go check out what he basically said to the Seventh Circuit Court, saying that they created the magazine ban. You cannot create terminology to fit what your political is saying, that the non-militaristic guns and all of that stuff. You know, he basically bitch slapped the Seventh Circuit Court, and he gave them, if people don't remember this, he gave them a chance about a year ago. He said, you don't want us ruling on this. Fix your shit. Get your house in order. Quit playing politics with the Constitution. He gave them every opportunity. And I think that that's one of the reasons why he convinced the Chief Justice to extend the Supreme Court session. There were several things that happened the last couple of days, but him basically bitch slapping the Seventh Circuit Court on magazine bans and all that. So it's not just for Illinois, in my opinion. I think that it's anyone that's trying to do mag bans and all of that. But if you have a chance and you don't keep up with Supreme Court stuff, talking about an Americana thing, Clarence Thomas just was awesome today. There you go. He is, in my opinion, the GOAT of justices. Anyways, but yeah, a lot of stuff's going on. Really cool stuff with the Supreme Court. Yeah. Have fun this weekend. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your freedoms. We talk about that all the time. Be safe. There's a lot, and this is, once again, there's a lot of people that can't be home this weekend because they're still defending your freedoms across the globe and wearing that flag. So all I ask is have a great time. Just give a little toast to those that are out there serving right now and can't come home to be with their family and friends for Independence Day. Have fun. Get to the range. Be more proficient with your firearms. Keep up what's going on with all your 2A legislation and make sure that your elected representatives are doing their jobs. And if not, guess what? We got an election coming up here pretty soon. We can change the world. We can make shit happen. I truly believe there's probably going to be a red wave this year, a true red wave. But hold your elected representatives accountable, even if they're Republican or conservative or whatever you believe in. If they're still not, there might be a better option within the same party to look at. If there's still a primary still going on, be mindful of all of that. Most important, just get to the range and enjoy your freedoms of being American, one of which is to keep and bear arms. We'll see you next week. Semper Fi.